Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be Divine Feminine check-in. So let's start with, what is it, Divine Creator, that we can see? What is the most loving energy that Divine Feminines can be aware of, can utilize, can tune into right now, emotionally, mentally, and physically, for their highest good at this time? So emotionally, what is it we can see for the Divine Feminines regarding self-love through the eclipse that's about to happen and the next bit of energy? There is a need to be good to yourself, Divine Feminines. You're going to be feeling your Divine Masculine going through a few things. You've been preparing energetically, educating yourself, understanding this journey, doing everything that you've needed to keep stride with it. But the Divine Masculines have not included a support circle to that extent the same way. And so some of their processing is a little bit untethered to other things. There could be a little bit more of a bumpy road because they're going it alone. I've often thought that could be one of the reasons why it's a bit slower for the DM polarity. But emotionally, what we're getting here for Divine Feminine is the new beginning is coming. Just ground that into your soul. This love isn't a trick. You wouldn't be experiencing such an unusual set of circumstances if it wasn't happening. These are spiritual truths. It is happening. You know, it's been happening for quite a while. You're still thinking about the person. The connection's still growing, sight unseen. So just take that to heart. This is true. You're going in that direction. Who knows what will end up happening? But stay the course. Keep going in the ways your heart dictates, informs, inspires you. Go with the flow. Practice kindness. Don't condemn and don't criticize yourself emotionally for your emotions. Allow yourself to feel them. Allow yourself to be present enough to say to the divine, show me understanding in this. What is the highest interpretation that I can use right now to process what I'm experiencing? Let go of control issues. Let go of the need to know. Let go of the need to have it all tidy in an organized box of predictability. You don't need that. This is about learning to come into spontaneity, being present in the moment, and embracing what shows up for you in your reality with the profound safety and security and knowledge and grounding into source. And so this journey is having its way with you so that you will come into this level of surrender and trust and faith in this life, in the benevolence, so you know that all of your needs are met. This is the emotional advice, self-love on the emotional realm. And now on the conscious mind, what is a powerful energy that Divine Feminines can tap into on the conscious mind? Have a brand new perspective on the waiting game. Do not wait. Understand that plants, nature, unfolding naturally takes time. Things change, they evolve, they grow, but it takes time, especially for massive manifestations like a twin flame union. It takes lifetimes to get into the vicinity of twin flame union. A couple months, a couple more years, whatever it's going to be, however many decades it's been already, it's not too long. You're not the odd one out. It doesn't happen overnight. There is a needed foundation being laid, roots being sent downward, connected, grounded, branches reaching for the sun, the enlightenment, the leafing out, the becoming of self. So look at it as the process of unfolding naturally. How could you reframe the length of time this is taking or has taken, or the periods of separation. All of us on the journey can see value in those times of separation. And so it's actually time to take a new, fresh look at all of the things that you have thought might indicate you're doing the journey wrong. Your union is the last one. Your union isn't coming. What work do I have to do still? Take a different approach. Decide what sort of nurturing, nourishment, fertilizer, sunlight requirement, water, what can assist the process, what thoughts can support the spaciousness, the autonomy, the temperance of the journey. In the physical realm, what can we see? Wow, we got this for the Divine Masculine reading. So the player ways, this is interesting because this is one of the only Knight of Wands where there is a feminine energy depicted. It's in the reverse. The masculine's got this same thing, cutting out other sexual options, not having flaky hookups just for, you know, being needy and needing a body to feel acceptable, or all of that karmic kind of thing. This energy in the physical, being still, knowing this. I'm also getting, for those who haven't been out there trying to date and fill the void in that kind of a way, soul connections and other people that you have pursued and have pursued you and have shown up fine. I'm talking about really flaky, you know that you're not supposed to be doing it, your higher self says no. So for a small group of divine feminines, you're cutting that out. For the majority, this message is, just because you're not having something show up in the physical that is sexual, or a partner or a companion that way, be still and know, trust that what is meant for you is being prepared behind the scenes. Let go of the illusion that there is, that you're the one that's missed out, is what I'm hearing there. So just let go of that. Divine feminines, that's the most loving thing. And there's a little bit of an energy in some divine feminines where you're worried that if you're not playing the field, that your divine masculine might not think of you as a sexy, alive, vivacious, alluring feminine. If you're not engaging, there's a worry that you might be seen as prudish or frigid or no fun or boring, not attractive enough, because the karmic jealousy templates, there's a bit of a competitive thing. And if you've come into the knowing, sometimes there is a animalistic curiosity as to whether or not you're going to be looked at as a, I want to say sex object, because the masculine energy is so geared towards the visual of the hunt and the pursuit. So if you're not out there spreading your energy out, there is a concern that you might not be considered as something worthy to go towards. So divine feminines, you're being asked to let go of that and trust in the higher plan, trust in the purity that your heart is being guided to align with. Stay the course. So this is all the self-love. What can we see for added messages? Be peace, yes, be still and know, and clear the clutter. So divine feminines, there are still things in your mind, in your energy field, in your physical world that need to be removed. You know what those things are. Even objects that are connected to previous times and associations with things that no longer are part of your life. Knickknacks and mementos that really don't represent where your life is going to the next level. Get rid of those things I'm being told to share. Clear that energy out. What else can we see for divine feminines? The huntress quest. The Pleiades light my quest to be wild and free. So, you know, wilderness, wild and free, this is an alignment of spirit. It's not depicted by how many sexual partners you're out putting on a list or how popular you are. This is the wilderness of your soul that lives your fierce life and is not drained by living up to what others would have you do or what you think others would find attractive. This is you tapping in, hitting the mark. There's an archer here. Hit your own target, divine feminines. Oh, beautiful energy. Reminder. What is a Starseed Oracle card for the divine feminines? What can we see? Get a couple. Temple of Suspended Endings, stand still, suspended animation, and holding space. So it might feel like a bit of a pause over this eclipse energy or time frame and the 40 days. There was a message that was coming in for the divine masculines. I've been getting it since before the first eclipse, that there's going to be about a 40-day period of time where the divine masculines are in abstinence from something that they have been codependent with. Whatever that is for your divine masculine, it doesn't have to be a person, it can be a pattern, it can be multiple people, a way of interacting with people, it can be business dealings, family dynamics, it can be anything, but they're going to be abstaining from substances and alcohol, and there is this becoming where there's going to be a lot of spaciousness and it might feel like a lull in the energy. So divine feminines, just, you know, tap into your own wilderness. Fill your own conscious consideration with the things that bring you to life, the things that are most essential in your personal energy, body. Cultivate that at this time. And Galactic Transporter, adventure, exploration, and discovery. So, you know, tune in to who you really are. Be a little bit adventurous. Get out in the wilderness. Get out into nature. We had the card of, oh, I don't remember what message came through. There was that, what was it? Oh, wild and free, right? And so adventure, discovery, now's your time. I just heard when you come into union, you'll never have such alone time again. Though you will be autonomous and you will be able to easily find that spaciousness within your twin flame union, right now is different. This is a little bit of a me time period where get to know yourself, do something you haven't done before in your own right, just to experience your autonomy right now, divine feminines. Okay, let's do a divine feminine check-in. So for the DMs who've been cross-watching, I know some of you are out there. What are the divine feminines thinking about divine masculine, their divine masculine, and what are they feeling on the heart space? Being told to shuffle one more time. What are the divine feminines truly wishing for at this time with the connection? What is the action being taken to align with union energies? What is the biggest challenge at this time? What is the spirit guided solution? And where is the energy going in the near future? Okay, conscious mind for the DFs. Oh, yeah, nostalgia, kind of daydreaming, thinking back on the good times, wondering if divine masculine also thinks of the times that you've shared, the memories. For divine feminines in karmic partnerships, this is kind of guilty conscience energy here, looking back at ways of the past where you've been in lack mentality and taken what you could get, where possibly you had a near miss, you got caught. Regarding your divine masculine, maybe karmic partners may have found out about text messages or something like that I'm getting, and it feels like your connection is lost in some way. That is for a few. Others, Divine Feminine, it's okay to feel like you're having doubt on the journey. This is a necessary mini purge, I'm hearing, for you to look at what is it about the past that you're actually missing. What does feel like a letdown? What are you still clinging to? Was it actually what was going on, or was it your expectations? Was it an unrealistic hope or dream? Unrealistic meaning something that wasn't actually available at that point, like legitimately mutual from both sides. For whatever reason, you're watching this because you are not fully with your divine counterpart in some way. So what is this from the past that you can completely release so that you can start fresh? I said this in a reading a while ago and a private reading today. So that you can come back into meeting with your divine masculine as though it's the first time, as though there's no baggage, that enough time and healing and awareness, wisdom has been found, that you can imagine or live, embody a fresh blank slate and just come out of the past. So divine feminines are figuring out this is sneaky behavior. So you could be trying to have some mind games in your own psyche, divine feminine, to try and get you out of hanging on to the past. It's an interesting interpretation for that too. On the heart space, what are we getting? Oh, Three of Swords and happiness in the reverse. In this deck, the After Tarot, the swords are being taken out of the heart and the healing has begun. So we are past the most cringy energy, but it's still not into full happiness. So divine feminines, you know, you're not really meant to forget this love. You're meant to have it support you going forward, and you will. It does have the making of this future happiness. It is part of the appreciation of true happiness. It has shown you how much you can love. Just listen, giggling because I whistled when I said that, and that's always funny. Anyways, I can now hear all of you trying to do a tooth whistle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so anyways, divine feminines, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right? You are aware of your capacity. Don't forget and underestimate how glorious it is to know that you are somebody that can feel so freaking deeply. This is on the heart space. This is profound gratitude for this blessed divine masculine that has caused you to love this much, that has caused a mirror held up to you, that you are able to see yourself as someone capable of feeling so much love for someone. Ah, how beautiful. Divine feminines. What are the divine feminines wishing? Long-term abundance, streamlined, the end of third-party situations, for true friendship to be here, for loyalty, wholeness, a sustainable, long-term flow. Divine feminines are wishing to bring the connection out of multiple and into a unified forward motion for long-term success. They're wanting the real deal, one-on-one. So for some divine feminines, you've also been considering poly situations, what unconditional love is, if third-party situations are more practical, if some sort of arrangement could be reached where the relationship could be open in some regard. Divine feminines, you are really truly understanding that you have a preference that doesn't include other lovers and all of that, and for this long-term abundance with the Three of Cups in the reverse, you're just wanting to keep the wholeness in your relationship and to stay whole in that. This is another beautiful message that's come through lately, is that once we come into, once we come into twin flame union, it's so mutual that the same karmic safeguards don't apply. We don't have to be on guard or worry that our divine counterpart is going to hurt us, and that we've got to be in the very strong and stoic energy that it's inevitable that people let us down, and we have to have room in our heart for the inevitable hurts, or that we have to love this person unconditionally and make room that they're going to want somebody else one day. We don't have to worry about that. The divine has told me that with true twin flames, when unions come in, the divine counterparts both choose it so wholeheartedly that there isn't that risk anymore. That they know that they have aligned with the eternal love, that there isn't room in either consciousness for other sexual partners, for other lovers that way, and that it's actually a matched union. With karmic situations, which all of our previous relationships have been, there's always a disconnect, and that gap between energies is what is picked up on energetically when there's insecurity or jealousy or pettiness. In the twin flame unions, when they come in, those same rules won't apply, that the divine counterparts will want another relationship. It's stunning, but we won't have to practice being strong as preparation. It's softening into the knowing and trust that's warranted and justified because there has been spiritual evidence of it. When we align with the divine, we know what energies externally match that. If we only go forward when the energy is truly in alignment with the safety and trust and faith, we don't have to have fear that any lower vibrational temptations will railroad the connection, because we will have trusted the divine counterpart to show up when they are fully invested in the union. What is the action that the divine feminines are taking? Look at this third energy again. It's interesting. We get the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups. Divine feminines, you're understanding what true friendship is. You're understanding, as this Queen of Wands, divine feminine energy, how to be safe in your own healthy boundaries, where you don't get emotionally overinvested or fall in love with potential, that you are practical, grounded, and you aren't wanting more or asking more of your divine counterpart, that you can truly just meet your counterpart wherever the energy allows, where it's reciprocal, where it's balanced, where it's fair, where it's justified. If fidelity, if other sexual partners are a consideration, you don't have to engage in that. You don't have to be, for instance, the bigger person and accommodate anything that doesn't feel balanced for you. You can simply decline that in light of it not working for you, but that does not mean you have to have conditionality with the friendship. You can get into a place of mastery where you can truly be a friend, whether or not your divine counterpart can show up fully for you or not. You can match wherever your divine counterpart is at, and that is within your capacity to be completely true to your heart, in that empowerment that wherever your counterpart can match you in alignment with your knowledge of what love is, you can meet them there too. If they cannot match you fully where you're at, the vision that you've been shown on Most High, there can be room in your heart for the opportunity to match them further down the road. But right now, you're not overreaching. And you know, many divine feminines have balanced out even the sexual responses, the animalistic responses that are only turned on when it's warranted, when there's authentic reciprocity. So don't worry, divine feminines, that you won't be able to hold your own, because there is a period of friendship foundation coming for twins that will set a very beautiful, platonic even, baseline that can grow naturally, that won't be the false starts of the past. And this is authentically you coming into the mastery that allows you to take the necessary emerging steps towards the real thing, which means dropping all conditions, expectations, and just meeting in whatever capacity is appropriate at this time and in the future as each stage unfolds naturally. What is the biggest challenge? Knowing that this is the destined path, but that it's a slow process, that it is a distant becoming, or it's felt like it has been a slow process. The amount of love, the self-love, the unconditional love needed to be anchored because of the duration of the journey. That's the challenge. What is the spirit-guided solution? You don't want quick, brutal, angry, sloppy communication. You want real love. So don't settle for anything in your life aside from your twin, and don't settle for just taking what you can get with your twin in the sense that you're secretly hoping for more. Realize when it's available and when it isn't, and appreciate it deeply when you are shown love. Go about your life otherwise. But there is something with the positive reinforcement, and I'm talking about this on an internal level, not necessarily just validating your divine masculine or trying to train them like a dog that can come to you and you're like, good boy, good boy. No, not that. But when something positive happens, instill that love in you, divine feminine, so that you trust the love that's available in those motions, and you're not distracted by the illusion that you're not worthy or unlovable when you're going about your day or your life otherwise. Celebrate the moments of connection for now, the quicker, fleeting moments of connection, but don't linger in them. Get on with your life, do you. And I'm being told in time, those sweet, completely present moments will become more frequent. Like a pulse, like a rhythm. Where are the connections going in the near future? Oh, wow. The end of heartache. Here we have the Three of Swords again. So, divine feminines, this reading is suggesting that never again will you be in so much heartache. You are learning how to stay present to what is. It's so beautiful. And the cycles of you being over emotional or thrown by the emotions or circumstance are gone. You're coming into wholeness, divine feminines. This is the goddess, God self that you are truly embodying, aligning with. Keep going, divine feminines. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.